I am Rebecca.
And I am Megan. Together we make up Larkin Poe.
The trees down in Georgia grow as tall as a grass, where little Richard was singing, where rock and roll learned to walk. Country blues in a bottle, get those tubes running hot, till the serpents start hissing, y'all let me out of this box. Streets of gold, ain't that red dirt clay?
We've been hanging on for dear life. We've been keeping really busy. We made a record in, I guess, January, February of this year, and that came out, June?
Yeah, so just about a month ago.
Yeah.
So it's still pretty new, still pretty fresh.
Trying to promote an album during quarantine, it's caused us to think a lot more creatively, think outside the box about how to connect with people and to make it feel exciting and fun in the absence of shows, because I mean that's definitely a huge part of my life, and to have that missing is pretty crazy.
I know we've gotten pretty comfortable at performing in front of a camera,
Yeah.
instead of people.
I think it's been good pressure in some ways. We've been trying to move through the quarantine as productively as possible, but mostly just because we are very high octane individuals, and that we're always moving, we're always doing something. So being stuck in one place, it has the potential to be a little bit crazy making. So we actually got in the studio ourselves and made this record that we haven't actually even really talked about with anybody, but it's going to be coming out later in the year. And just trying to keep the creative juices flowing, because the last thing that we want is to become stagnant. And I think especially in times where there's a lot of turmoil and unrest, for humans, that is our time as artists to shine and try to reflect, some of those uncertain feelings in the art as well. Keep it flowing.
Absolutely, because we were right on the cusp of a big tour, for the record release. So we were looking over the cliff, down into the abyss, ready to go on our first tour bus tour, and then it got yanked out from underneath us. So there was a period of readjustment, but I think we roll with the punches, and it actually has been great to be at home and be able to still be creative.
This year has been such a year of learning for us as sisters, and the conversations that we're having with people. I think it's really going to spark some growth. I mean, for me as an individual, I feel like I've been confronted with a lot of new ideas, and or maybe not even new ideas, but feeling a different need to connect and to express more of my own feelings in my art. I do feel that there's going to be that type of a shift this year for us as Larkin Poe. And we make music to create joy. That's for us one of the biggest things that we strive for in making music and putting on shows, is to really have a safe harbor for people to come and have a good time, and maybe not to escape their problems, but at least to put them in context and perspective, and to be able to have an enjoyable, joyful, fun-filled evening. So I look forward to writing songs that can hopefully be an outlet for people in connecting with their own feelings, but then also just having an awesome time. Because getting to go to a rock show, dang, I miss it.
Down in the kingdom, the devil's due. Sun up till sundown, that plow's pulling you. Off to the crossroads, ain't much to lose. I've got but one soul to sell for the blues. Mississippi, 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 going down to Mississippi. Pain and misery.
It's interesting, especially in the Americana or the country realms. A lot of people, you use the word escapism, and there definitely is kind of this facade that can exist for certain artists with social media. And so I think being willing to break through that and be real with people, there is so much strength in that, in coming together and experiencing vulnerability. And it's been really amazing, I think, for us. I mean, just based on the quarantine, we've been spending a lot more time connecting with people through internet and through our Instagram and Facebook and everything. And it's been really educational to just have conversations with people, and to not let it devolve into something that's name calling or hateful or any of that. Just being willing to open up and talk with people. I think we've seen a great shift with artists, and I definitely for us as well.
self-made man. I can't let it go, gotta do or die.
I found myself, like, throughout my life, I've said the phrase self-made man so many times. Like, I can't even count how many times I've said that. And it had never occurred to me until I sat down to write the song that I was qualifying the idea of success by gender, by saying self-made man. And once that kind of clicked in my head, it really, like, was a burr under my saddle. And so I wanted to write a song where I claimed that, and you know, and actually look dead in the eye of this kind of inequality piece, and really shine a light. Like, my sister and I, we feel like self-made men, in terms, like, we feel like we've been successful for, you know, the world in which we've lived, and been real do-it-yourselfers, and kind of pulled ourselves up by our bootstraps with the help of a lot of really incredible people, but also a lot of hard work. And so wanting to make a record that that kind of poked fun at that adage was important to us. So that's where the title came from. There's been a lot of pushback. I think people are a little uncomfortable by us saying that we're self-made men. And it's been really interesting. Like, we've done so many interviews all across Europe, and so getting to have the different cultural perspectives on us having said that we were self-made men, it is very confusing and kind of like edgy for some people. And I'm glad that we ended up sticking with the title, because I don't know that we were trying to be edgy, but it's something that strikes very near and dear to our hearts, you know, wanting to be honest with people, and, you know, and if something rubs us the wrong way, to be able to talk about that and see what conversations it sparks.
So it has a lot less to do with gender and just being a do-it-yourselfer, you know, because, like, we started our own record label and we're self-producing the album. So being a self-made man isn't about being a man, it's about being self-made.
Yeah, and inspiring people to hopefully, like, dig in and figure out what they're capable of, what sets them on fire, what's exciting. Wanting to just, as much as possible, fight for the equal playing field for everybody. Like, obviously there are differences and uniqueness to each and every person, and that's what makes life interesting. But as much as, you know, in the public sector, like, when everyone's trying to do their job, or just, you know, be in the world, to let it be an equal playing field, and to not let there be these kind of like insidious little things in our vocabulary as humans that are holding people down potentially. Yeah, we got creative making music videos for this record because we were in quarantine. And so I got Final Cut Pro, which is a video editing software, and I started figuring out how to edit the videos ourselves. Megan and I both filmed each other. My husband filmed us. It was like a real mother of invention type project, and it's been fun.
And then, of course, our Tip of the Hat covers video series has still been going on. That's been going on for, like, what, 3 years now, and we've been making a lot of videos now in quarantine. That's just opened up a lot of avenues and time for us to learn more covers.
It's been fun. Ultimately, I feel like we always revert back to songs that we wish we'd written. Because I do find it interesting, you know, when people come to our cover series, what are they looking for? Some people don't know us and they just run across a video. And so I think when you can really connect with a song, and it's not your song, but it's one that you can really kind of like crawl inside of and make your own, and it feels nice and cozy, that to me is what makes a good cover a good cover. We're doing this live stream for Janis Joplin, and we worked up our own version of Piece of My Heart. And again, it's like one of those moments where when you actually sit there and you sing the lyrics and you internalize what this other artist was expressing, like what Janis was saying, it's so much more powerful, and I think it really expands, you know, your own creative horizon. And so it's been so much fun. I mean, just being women, and so many of the bands that, you know, that we've grown up listening to, a lot of them are male fronted. So even just coming at a lot of these like very dude songs and singing them from a woman's perspective, that in and of itself is kind of an interesting juxtaposition. Like you're saying, you find something that's kind of the opposite. Right. That's something we always like to play.
You love to like sing Ozzy songs because he's such an incredible vocalist.
Yes. Oh, it's true.
Preview.
You know, I think we're pretty much done. It's so funny. It's still so new.
Right.
And it's a bit weird because this year feels like it's lasted an eternity already. Like it really boggles my mind that we actually made this record this year and it's been released and we're moving on. But what we're in, like, we're in favor of new. Like I do feel with so many artists being at home right now, we're gonna see just a kaboom of creativity. Like I know that everybody's
gonna make like 5 records this year.
And I love that, and that's definitely one of our goals. Like we want to put out as much new music as we can and keep it fresh. But I do feel that we've been able. I mean, this is definitely the most time we've ever spent with our spouses.
We've never spent this much time with them.
Yeah, because they're both touring musicians as well. So if we're not gone, then they're gone. So this has been definitely a red letter year in terms of the one-on-one time we've had with our families. And so there is that, I think, renewed sense of respect because we're all really hard workers. And I think being able to feed off that fire of our own people has been really nice.
Yeah, it's a little strange. I mean, because we make it very apparent that we are sisters.
Yeah, funny people. The amount of comments that we get where people ask us to kiss, it's so funny, and it's like, y'all, like
no,
like gorgeous and everything, but we're too close in the family tree, girl. Yeah, we're at Larkin Poe, LARKINPOE on everything, and we manage all the socials and stuff, so people get in touch. We see it, so do come and follow us and hang out. We're a big family, and we will not kiss for you, but just come comment, and we'll see what kind of connections we can make here.